Hello, it's me, Ross Armstrong from the Danger Club podcast. Wasn't that episode just great? I loved it when that thing happened with that thing. Do you know what else is great? Our Patreon. Head over there to get more exclusive content and rewards. So what are you waiting for? Do it! Do it now! I'll wait. I'll just wait. It's okay. Just gonna wait. Oh, that reminds me, I've got to take the bins out later. Yeah, if you could hurry up, actually. I thought I had more time than I actually did, but yeah. Subscribe.
Previously on the Danger Club podcast.
Beelzeboob has told me a few things about your situation.
What things has he told you?
We need transportation to the capital of Nix.
You want to take 2 items of great power to the Scriven Barra.
It is the only way we can learn about the powerful shards.
Perhaps it is only fools that we can rely on.
24 hours with Beelzeboob and Karagor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The adventure continues.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Danger Club podcast.
Hey! Talking of rants, right? I've got something I want to say, yeah?
Do it.
Okay, so look, showers, right? Showers. You all have showers, don't you? Yeah, you all have showers.
I'm familiar with showers.
Yeah, you're familiar with showers and baths, also things that get you clean, right? Now, I think we take them for granted. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I think we take them for granted because I'm still in my Santa gear. You guys can see that on the Zoom. I'm still covered in white paint from head to toe and looking ridiculously festive. But that's not out of choice. That's not our choice, right? I was up for a long time last night, sort of doing my Santa business, and then I couldn't have a shower at 2:30 in the morning because there was a mattress in my bath, right? And then I couldn't this morning because there were kids everywhere, and I just started thinking, right, about a future where you don't have to have showers, right? Or baths, yeah. I was thinking about a future where you have like a window, right, or like a sort of a door frame, and you just walk through it, and it cleanses you, and it takes like 2 seconds, and you feel great at the end of it. You feel exactly like you would when you come out of a sort of a shower or a bath or something like that. You know what I mean? Your hair's glossy, and you feel great, and you're actually clean, and like that. You know, and I thought what I should do is pitch this as a film idea to Dan Harmon, because he fucking hates showers.
So basically you want to create a car wash for humans?
Yeah, something like that. With less scrubbing, and more like...
Who would be in your film about a shower that you walk through?
I mean, Michael Fassbender probably.
Star?
Fassbender, he might be the guy that invented it, but actually turns out to be like an evil, like he's, you know what I mean? Like, so you think, oh, like he's revolutionized cleaning. He's made everything more time efficient for everyone. He's changed the world with this invention, but actually he's an evil dictator motherfucker. So, you know, there's two sides.
That's the twist.
And
I want someone to create a movie poster for Drum's film with Michael Fassbender.
That would be sick.
What would the title of the film called?
I think it'll be called Clean Sweep.
Nice.
And I think also as what, like, sort of, you know, the more ordinary protagonist, you have Jack Black as the like dirty guy, you know what I mean, who there's the sort of the Dan Harmony type character.
Yes, Jack Black.
Yeah,
You are a dirty guy.
You just remind us of a dirty guy. There you go.
You know, I feel like we have an affinity, me and Jack Black, and I'm a dirty guy, so you know.
So it's like is it like a sort of French film where like no one has character names? They're just called like Dirty Guy, Clean Woman,
Dirty Guy, Dictator Rat. Dictator Rat. I don't know.
They're both quite expressive actors as well. I can imagine their facial reactions as they walk through the car body wash. Like Michael Fassbender being sort of like German and European, like gently surprised, and wow, how efficient it is. And Jack Black being like, "What are we doing?"
Yeah, I think it'd work. I think it's a goer. I think we should send a treatment to Dan
I think
Harmon.
it's the Academy. I think it's the Academy Award one drum. I think this is Michael Fassbender's bear. This is his. This is the thing that's going to get him over the line on that award.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Michael Splashbender.
Hey!
Wow.
Anyway, all right.
What a treat.
Sorry, right. We should do some adventuring or something, I suppose, shouldn't we? Or, unless anyone else has got a rant they want to get off their chest. I don't know.
Jack Black Sack and Crack.
What the fuck?
I just took a drink of water. I almost spat it all over my computer.
I was trying to spot it.
Jack.
Oh, the one time we've said we're not going to put the video of this up on YouTube. We've got Drum dressed as Santa choking to death over a back sack and crack joke. Right. Speaking of good, clean fun, when we last left you off, you were in the Arcanarenium. You'd gone down into the basement to meet the goblin ritualist, Wormer Brainsprout, who had come up with a cunning plan of how he was going to get all of you to Nex.
It's like a horrible dream. I just remembered it all again.
Yeah, man. Karagor's in for it.
There are two ways that we remember stuff that happened at a previous record on this show. It either comes crashing back in a horrible nightmare and there's a moment of chill, or it never comes crashing back and we just repeat the previous episode to try and remember where we were at. But this time, we're in Nightmare Country. Specifically, Karagor is in Nightmare Country because as Bubba, Velda, Shania and Philippe have gone off to the free bar in the Arcanarenium. It's subsidised. It's they've got their claws into government more than Beelzeboob does. Beelzeboob and Karagor have remained behind with Wormer, and for the next 24 hours are going to have to help plot a course for this teleportation circle to take them to Nexus House in the city of Quantium. And if they get it wrong, things could go very badly. So, we will begin things in the office with Karagor and Beelzeboob during the first hour of preparations. Let's just go for the first hour so far, because we've got 24 of these to get through. This is the next 24 episodes, by the way, if you want. If the other three of you just want to go and
we're going to play it out in real time. Yeah. This will be sick.
Wormer's played by Kiefer Sutherland. It's the new series.
So we're going to do 24 episodes of that, and then we're going to go back and do 24 episodes of us in the bar, yeah?
And it will just be drinks reviews, mixology classes. So Wormer is currently spreading out various alchemical and ritualistic materials. He's got a lot of candles, lots of little bowls with different coloured powders and things on them, various animal bones, things like that. And he's unrolling an ancient-looking map of Galarian. He's rolling the whole thing out. Clearly, he's bought his Lost Omens World Guide. It comes with that, but it's a very old one, so it's looked pretty. It's tea-stained and stuff. He's still got the tea bags in a little side pot. Now listen. It is very important that we get everything exactly right when we use the ritual magic. I can summon the circle, but I need your help in order to make sure that everything goes to plan. So, one of you, who is skilled in crafting, will have to help construct the circle to my exact requirements. The other, who is skilled in navigating and tracking, must help work out exactly where we must place the other circle, based on the distances we are to cover and the places we are going. If we get it wrong, the circle could open anywhere within a 10-mile radius of the place we are intending to go to. And since the options outside of Quantium would be the sea on one side and the monster-infested wastelands on the other, we must be very careful to land exactly where we intend to. The slightest deviation could result in your atoms being smashed across the cosmos. and you will be lost in the darkness forever. Are you confident in the path that we are about to take?
It's only been 1 hour with my bestest friend. 1 hour with my bestest friend. His name's Karagor. His name's Karagor. 1 hour with Beelzeboob. Karagor. 1 hour with Karagor. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then we get 4 hours with Karagor. We got 4 with Karagor. Hey, sorry, what were you saying?
What happened there, listeners, is Ross started his bit and promptly everyone started doing something else. Everyone looked away from the screen. Everyone just looked around. We become immune. We've become immune to the bit now. We've become immune to Ross Armstrong. Also, he looked exclusively up at the ceiling, which leads me to believe that Ross has written down the lyrics and stuck them above his head. He was looking up entirely and still managed to get words wrong.
I think we just get a sense of when it's going to be a long one.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is going to be a long one, right? We're just going to let it run its course.
Think of England.
Yeah.
Dan, having given you a big compliment last week on your Werner Herzog, it went pretty Afrikaans. I felt there. It was interesting lilt going on there.
Yeah.
A little bit South African Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's lekker,
that's
bro.
kind of what I'm
That's
getting.
so lekker, bro.
Guys, we've all been on stage. We don't accept notes from the stage manager when we're in the middle of a show.
Sorry.
Wait until the break.
If any of you are listening,
Once again, we've done it again.
take
We've
that
gone into,
note on board.
Gone into preamble again mid stuff. Sorry.
Beelzebub is not listening.
Beelzebub, you've got to craft something. It's very dangerous. Got to do it very specifically. All right.
Yes, don't worry. If you need crafting, you can have the bestest crafter in the world, Beelzebub Bixby III.
Is Jam Jam with us?
Yeah, Jam Jam is there. Jam Jam is.
I can't help but feel like that's an added anomaly somehow.
Would you like me to start randomly mixing things as usual, Father?
No, you can do a little dance for me.
La 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 la.
He says, doing a new dance. He's been practicing in his room. He's just been there in front of his mirror, just being like,
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.
Surprised he's
Do
been
it
able
better,
to do-
Jam Jam. Win your father's love.
Hold on a second. Jam Jam's got his own room with a floor-length mirror.
I mean,
did
to be
this
fair,
happen? Is this a subplot? Is this
canon
a
now.
spin-off series that we haven't watched yet? You know, what's happening at Jam Jam's? Like,
What's up with Jam Jam?
I'm surprised he's doing that with a wedding dress on, a skin wedding dress as well.
flesh dress.
Meat dress.
Anyway, yes, I will, I guess, roll for crafting.
Oh, you will roll for crafting at the end of the 24 hours.
Oh, okay, all right,
So he begins instructing
24
you.
hours of songs.
So he begins instructing you on kind of like these are very complicated instructions of exactly the dimensions of the circle and exactly which particular pieces of incense have to be burned at which place, where the candles have to be, what their height has to be at. Like he just keeps reeling off instructions. Do you want me to write it down for you?
Yes.
He
Yes,
begins-
write it down for him.
he begins writing the instructions down. And you, Ranger, you must help us to plot the course exactly. Now, we know roughly how far Quantium is, but we do not know how long it will take us to get there. We know exactly how fast one travels by portal, but we must work out how long it would take to travel by foot. And then we must mark out some specific landmarks. I have a book here of images, hand-drawn images from the Pathfinder Chronicles of Quantium. It is your visualization that will visualize exactly where we are going to land. So you need to have a very clear mental picture of exactly where we are going to appear. You must know this city as if it is your own city, as if it is your own balls.
He
sort of paused.
I was so on board with that speech. That spoke so true to me. Just something at the end, just slightly. It was like watching someone's Twitch stream. Anyway, have you got any things that would help me get into the city? Normally, like drinking the products and smelling the earth and things like that. Have you got any sensory elements that I could engage, maybe lick?
Yes. He flings the door open and just cries out into the hall. He cries out, Miguel, bring us the earth and the beer. You hear a shout from out there going, I don't fucking work for you! Stop yelling at me! He pauses for a minute and goes, I'll go get it. And he just scuttles off out of the room, leaving the two of you alone together in this creepy room.
Thanks. Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. Put that down. Spit that out.
Karagor?
Yes.
Karagor? Beelzeboob looks at the floor, shuffles his feet a little bit and goes, do you, like me?
God, I thought we could get at least 8 hours in. I thought we could get at least maybe just a normal day in before we start doing this. What? Like's a very funny word, Beelzeboob.
You see, I don't have...
Oh, come on, you've asked the most emotionally repressed member of the group. Why have you done this to me? Of all people. The other day, a while ago, I tried to get them to bond with me by punching me in face. And that's my preferred mode of contact for that kind of stuff. Do you want to punch me, Beelzeboob? We could cross that boundary really quick. He's going to come back in a minute with his earth and his beer and his prophecies.
No, I wouldn't want to hurt my friends.
Aye, but sometimes friendship is pain, Beelzeboob. Sometimes you've got to suffer for your mates. Sometimes you've got to make the wrong decision at the right time. Punch me! Punch me in the face!
He goes to punch Karagor in the face. With a... That's not too bad. With a 27. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, I'm allowing you to do it, so...
Yeah, so he punches him in the face.
Good! That's it, Beelzeboob. Right in the chops. Now, do you want me to punch you?
Yes?
Yes, punch my father.
Karagor pulls his fist back.
Beelzeboob winces, closes his eyes.
And he puts his arm out, open-handed, for a handshake. See? Got to make the wrong decision at the right time.
He goes to shake Karagor's hand.
Karagor pulls him in and headbutts him lightly on the nose. You see that? That is what you got to learn. Friendship is surprising and weirdly violent and stuff, but you're all right, Beelzeboob. Okay, we're gonna get through this. You and me.
He's got a new... Go on, sorry.
Jam cheers as the headbutt lands.
Beelzebub sort of like, after like touching his head, he sort of smiles a little bit and goes,
Yes, he's my friend.
So anyway, are you properly on board with this? Because you have mentioned, the first time you mentioned like properly finally crafting something, you immediately went to Jam who asked to start arbitrarily mashing things together in a pot. So I'm just gauging you for this.
Do you think I got this scar from just normally doing everyday things and not crafting my craft with crafting?
If you got that scar from crafting, then that's why I'm worried. That's why I'm worried, Beelzeboob.
Yes, but you see, first you don't succeed, then you must craft. craft away, my son.
Very good, Father.
Jam Jam immediately begins mixing some of the different incenses together and just starts pounding them with
No,
a
wait,
different-
Stop
No,
that!
Jam
Stop!
Jam, stop.
Put that down. Spit that out. Is that a frog's egg? Why are we Mandalorianing Jam Jam?
Jam Jam just kind of holds up a little pot full of powder.
Would you like to light it, Father?
Thank you, Jam Jam. He takes it from a bit, puts it on the table, doesn't light it.
Meanwhile, in the bar of the Arcanarium, there is kind of a cool jazz sound. There's just a pianist playing in the corner, and there are lots of wizards just gathered around. Like, kind of a wizard school. They've spared no expense on their fancy bar. Like, it is a members club. There are lots of wizards around. They're all sort of smoking and talking magical theory, while very smart waiters move around bringing drinks to people. As soon as you arrive, a human comes over in his waiter's outfit and says, "May I find you a seat, sirs?"
Excuse me, sorry,
please.
sirs?
My apologies, madam. I did not see you there. You were concealed behind the dwarf, who I've just realized is also in this scene.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, I should think so. Where can we get, Drinkle Poople Schnapps?
We specialize in the Drinkle Poople Snaps here. Miguel, one Drinkle Poople Snap.
Don't work
Wunderbars.
Miguel.
Come. He shows you to a table and presents you with some cocktail menus. Everything here is subsidized by the city, so drinks are on the house while you are conducting your business here in the Arcanarium. How long will you be staying with us?
Until we get to the end of this menu, at least, for certain, yeah.
Yeah. Rack them up.
So,
let's go.
24 hours or so.
That's right.
Got time.
Could I have a dwarf's beard?
You haven't.
Why don't we
Drunk your
start at the
poople schnapps yet?
But no, poople schnapps is one of the things that will go into the drinks. A dwarf's beard. Look at the menu. It has poople schnapps in it.
You're going to put.
Why don't we start at the?
Is it in your drink?
Dan, is the cocktail menu in alphabetical order, or is it
is.
in? Oh, it is. Why don't we go alphabetically? Why don't we have this anal juice first, and then
No.
I don't know. It sounds disgusting, but
No. That's not anal juice. That's shorthand for alchemist.
I see. Right. Okay.
Alchemist juice, not.
Alchemist juice. Yeah, nice one. So we'll have one of those.
No,
each.
sorry, no, I'm wrong. That's anal juice. Yep.
Yeah, you see, you look at the ingredients and then that you see, yeah. Yes, okay.
All right.
So yes, okay. Anal
The
juice
wizard's
around.
the wizard's familiar.
I'm definitely having a poople schnapps in my anal juice.
Yeah.
Oh, can we have
need a
poople
poop
schnapps in every drink that you bring as well? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, please.
A Poople Snaps chaser with every drink. Very
Yeah,
good.
thank
I'll
you.
get your anal juices right away, sirs and madam. He goes back to the bar. An imp that is squatting on the bar over a glass just looks at the camera and goes, it's a living!
Oh God.
Oh my God. At least it's organic.
Locally sourced.
Yeah, maybe Bubba won't drink this.
So you are brought around you're brought your rounds of drinks and little plates of kind of, it's not even nuts, it's like just sort of random crispy thing. You know, in really fancy bars where it's like they don't bring you nuts, they bring you like little rice crackers or something like that. It's that kind of thing.
Are they anal nuts? Is it just
they
a general
don't
theme of the Wizard's
specify.
Bar?
I love the fact that it's a really classy place, loads of waiters, and then the first cocktail is called anal juice.
Well, it's a fancy place, but remember, it is for wizards, and they're a pretty deviant
true,
lot,
yeah.
to be
Yeah,
honest.
they're dirty.
Yeah,
Dirty wizards.
dirty wizards.
Probably led by Blackjack. Right.
Jack Black.
Okay.
Jack Black.
Did you say Black Jack? Is that Jack Black's evil alter ego?
No, I said Jack Black. Oh.
Yeah, you said Blackjack.
No,
actually.
what, did I? Right, we've got it.
Yeah.
We've got it
It was
recorded.
like Jack Black's
I look forward to
Pirates.
going back at this. But okay, well, in that case, that was a mouth jumble.
Absolutely
All
mouth.
right, excuse me. I thought I said Jack Black. All right.
No, it's cool.
But it's all right because you were referring to his sub-dimensional alter ego.
Yeah. I was
who's a pirate.
I was doing a callback. If you can call it that. Okay, anyway, we've gone off the fucking track again.
So back to the anal juice.
Back to the anal juice, that's exactly.
God. Yeah.
Safer ground.
Which is going to be the name of my third album.
So you brought your round of drinks and left your own devices for a little while they go away to start working on the next whatever's next on the menu for you. Do you wish to discuss anything while you're drinking, or do you just want to get into your cups?
Yes, I've got a question. So all these details. Look, when we get there, what are we going to do? How are we going to get into this library? Everyone seems very vague.
We will try to get into the library using our usual shenanigans and charm, and then and hopefully we will get in there, and then we will look for the books and we will read them and find out more about the shards. And after that, then we must improvise, because we do not know what to do with ourselves. It's why do you need to have all the plans all the time? Come on, man, relax.
No, you're right. No, a nebulous plan with no details. I'll drink to that, and he chinks his juice with anyone who wishes to.
And Shania downs her pupil schnapps with him. I forgot what I called it.
No, you were bang on.
Okay,
snaps. So we go there and we just improv our way in, and because it's run by devils.
Look. When we get there, then we make an assessment. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, you have to do things one step at a time. So at the moment we are trying to get to the place. This is the plan for getting to the place. We get drunk, and Karagor and Squishy guy, I can't remember his goddamn name. Okay, they're going to they're going to do the stuff, and we get drunk, and then we get there, and then we have a look at this place. We say, the tower is so high, it has this many demons, and they act in this way. It's what we usually do. Why are you questioning this?
Fulton comes back from the toilet, remembering that he's in this scene. Just going, don't go in there, Jesus. Oh, that was a big old stinker, that was.
Jesus?
What?
He's been eating cheeses.
Oh, he's a famous dwarf.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought it was because of all the cheeses that you had been eating that you had such a smelly,
Oh, no, but that also as well. Oh, dear. Don't try Stilton and pocket me at the same time. Oh, dearie me. I'm trying to Mrs. Doubtfire now.
Dan, so yes. I just rolled a 22 on an Arcana check. Dimensional magic, is it possible to use whilst drunk?
I mean, technically it is possible to use any magic whilst drunk.
Splendid. Good.
It is ill-advised to have it. It is ill-advised to operate any kind of ritual magic while drunk.
But if you're just going through the portal, I mean, sort of like a long-haul flight to the States or something, you just have a few drinks, that's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, good. Just knock a few back.
Most people get kicked off flights for being really drunk on flights, but you can try. They might just kick you out of the interdimensional tunnel.
What? Just out into nowhere?
Are you backseat DMing a guy after having sung a friendship song over the top of an important alchemical ritual in a lab which could cost us our lives?
But if you want to have a couple of drinks beforehand, I mean, that's okay, because I'm taking this real seriously, guys. I don't know about you.
This anal juice is actually really such attention to detail, isn't it? It's that sort of anal, not the other anal. It's
because it's coming from Bubba, who sounds sort of a bit innocent. That's the worst thing every time.
No, I mean that it's such an obsessive cocktail.
Yeah.
I mean? It's that sort of.
It's very detailed. It's like it's been created by someone with OCD or something. Yeah.
It's almost annoying how good it is. You know what I mean?
It's got quite complex notes, but it's the earthy undertones that really, I think, sort of add to the layers in it.
Yeah, I think I don't think I'll have another one.
It's got no. Well, we've got a whole alphabet to go through.
But
what's on the B's?
It's got real depth. That's what I was thinking.
Well,
I brought up a list of fantasy drink names, so I can keep us going.
Oh,
for
great!
A while.
Thank you.
Well, yeah. So I suppose we'll have 3 Balrog.
Don't we want to improvise more names?
Oh yeah.
Dan's just trying to do that to make sure we don't get any more improv anal juicy drinks. That's the only reason why he's doing that.
Velda, we should ask them to do like a tour of how they make the drink.
I mean, we can see there's an imp literally squatting on the bar. I mean, if you want a tour of the imp, then I'm sure that he would acquiesce. Fulton.
Oh, let's do it.
Look at the veins on his forehead. It's extraordinary.
But what does he
How
eat
long's he been going?
beforehand?
Weirdly, he maintains eye contact with Velda the entire time.
I would expect.
I can see there's a little tear in his eye, but he's not changing his gaze at all. Yes, he's definitely crying. It's amazing.
Yes.
Excuse me, Mr. Imp.
Oh God! Tweet us, imps.
Hello. I just wondered, what
Have
do you
we gone
eat to
too
get
far?
such the flavour?
I eat nothing but avocados and misery.
Oh, fair enough. Thank you. What's your name, by the way?
Gene.
Gene what?
Just Gene.
Just Gene.
No,
All right.
no, just's not part of my name. It's Gene.
Just Gene. All right. See you later, Gene.
Oh, you know.
I mean, in the real world, people, there's some people that drink this coffee, which is passed through a cat's intestines. I don't know if you know about this, they put coffee beans, a cat eats it and shits it out, and then people drink it because they think the coffee beans taste nicer once it's been ingested.
Where does
through a
this
cat.
happen? Do we know?
This happens all over the place.
Really?
Yeah,
This is like a Western world thing.
The one I heard.
I had one
Do
today.
you remember you could get those sort of? They were sort of novelty presents for a while, and you could get like crickets and grubs and stuff like this. And there was one that was monkey coffee, and it's the same principle. So monkeys would eat the coffee beans, and then when they put them out, they then collect them. And apparently,
I mean,
makes
who
them taste
discovered
good.
this? Who thought, oh, do you know what? My coffee doesn't taste very nice. I'm going to feed it to my cat. Oh my God, it tastes amazing.
I think it was more like somebody was just really desperate for a morning cup of coffee, and he came outside, and the monkey just pooped coffee all over. He's like, well, I guess that's nature's bounty right there.
Presumably,
Grown up the-
a monkey or a cat had gotten into someone's coffee. There was no coffee
Sure,
left,
yeah,
and then and then they went, "Wow, this is so much better."
But it's a real Christmas fairy tale, isn't it? I mean, it's
That's also a worse telling of it, because then instead of someone intentionally feeding it to a cat, someone looked at cat shit and went, I am going to drink that.
yeah.
We've all had days like that. We've all had days where we've needed a coffee that badly.
Yeah, Mama said there would be days.
It's been a
like
tough year, right? You
To
know.
be fair, I've drinking Bagel Factory coffee. Okay, I'll try cat shit coffee.
Tweet us, Bagel Factory.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sure, it's
Also,
not as bad as Greg's.
wine is a lot of wine that we drink is passed through fish guts. So
Is it?
What? Explain.
that's the tweet, James.
Okay. That's it. So you're not going to cite your sources. You're not going to explain it. No context at all.
I'll Google it now on the computer for you.
You can't just drop a bombshell like that.
Fish drink your wine and piss it back out before you drink it, James.
Oh God, we're going too far.
We've lost sight of the adventure.
Anyway.
I don't know if we can release this episode at all.
This is
Anyway.
completely unuseful. Let's get away from this topic. Get back
Nobody
to the
talks
anal
about
juice.
111.
Fulton comes back to the table and says, "They make it out of avocado and misery."
that's good to know.
I
That's
can
good to know.
test the misery. Yeah. Oh, you know what I want to try? Yak's milk. It's alcoholic yak's milk. We have not tasted for so long. I'm
hold
going to
on a
see
moment,
if
hold
they
on a
have.
We've got to do the bee first.
That's right.
What's
No,
the bee
fuck you
called?
guys!
Yeah.
No, screw you! I'm tasting the yak's milk. I don't care. I want to taste the yak's milk. Okay? Shut the fuck up. Hello, excuse me.
Poopy schnapps has gone right to her head. Look at that. It's just,
Yeah, Dave. Yeah. That really has, hasn't it?
Excuse me, waiters.
Yes.
Do you have yak's milk? Yeah.
Do we have yak's
Yeah,
milk?
the alcoholic yak's
Sir,
milk.
madam, we have the yak. Pull the curtain aside to where there is a multicoloured yak hooked up to various pumps. It looks dead in the eyes and sheds a tear. Da-dung. 3 hours later, back down in the basement, Karagor
yak.
and Beelzeboob. You've been poring over maps, things. So you've been brought, Karagor. You've been brought samples of Earth, supposedly from Quantium, and some very stale beer. and some very strong coffee. You're not sure where it's from. It's been brought from Quantum. Beelzeboob, you've been just working through this incredibly complex formula and trying to mix. It's so much like maybe one of your alchemical formulas is about a page of notes on how to do it. This is like almost an entire book for just one section of the different reagents to mix. You're kind of just working your way through that. Wormer is busy preparing, pouring through books, looking for the particular ancient rites and chants that are required. As you're all working on it, Wormer looks up from his notes. How is it going?
Great.
Karagor finishes the coffee and goes, "It's all right, actually. It's got some strange but nice earthy undertones, actually." This will help me centre it, get a feel of the city and the feel of the land. Things from the land, things from the city. It's good. Help me home my senses. Thank you for this. It's useful. Still, though, I've never been there before, so pinpointing exactly on a map and the feel of it, it's going to be tough.
If anyone can do it, Karagor, I'm sure you can. You're my bestest friend. Karagor, he's the bestest friend. Karagor. His name's Karagor. It's Karagor. He's the bestest man a man can have. His name's Karagor. His name is Karagor. He'll stab you in the eye.
Flash forward. Now another 2 hours later.
Karagor. His name is Karagor.
Karagor's just like carving his own name into his arm with a knife. Actually, you did spell that right, actually. Fulton always spells it Karagor.
Oh, that's silly. Your name is Karagor.
You bad-mouthing Fulton?
No.
Oh, you've probably earned a little bit of a bitch every now and then. I wouldn't put it past you. That's all right. That's just what friends do every now and then.
Yes.
Let's see how well the preparations are going on a mechanical level. There'll be another couple of these as we go. Let's have a crafting check from Beelzeboob.
My inspiration of me constantly asking you if you're my friend is Jim Carrey from Cable Guy. So who knows if that's going to turn out good.
Well, everybody who's watched Cable Guy and obviously know. even if they hadn't seen it, we could have worked it out.
32.
32. Okay. It's going. Things are going particularly well so far. You're managing to. You're making strong progress.
Yeah.
Wormer says that if this carries on this way, then we should have no problem in getting to Quantum. It should. Hopefully, if we are working this hard, there's a good chance that we'll land exactly where we need to. Let us test the circle. We will take a short jaunt. Out of the city and then back again. This should be nice and this should be very simple. Karagor, please, if you could, he spreads out a map of Absalom. How far would you say it is exactly to this point outside of the city, based on your knowledge of it?
5 leagues.
Make a survival check for me.
Can I aid him at all?
No, you're busy doing your own check.
I am no pressure, Dangerlings, but I'm rolling my birthday dice given to me by Candice. So thank you, Candice, or maybe I'll save that until I find out what this number is. Thanks, Candice.
They're middle of the road. That's it.
Wormer raises his hands over the circle and starts to chant. The room grows dark and the candles flare for a moment and flicker and then dim back down. There, we should have taken a short journey outside of the city and then reappeared exactly where we were. It seems everything seems to have worked exactly right. He goes and opens the door and has a look outside. You can just see darkness and twinkling stars. He just closes the door and goes, No, we are in space.
What do we do? What do we do?
We should be able to get back, but it may take a little while. The good news is, no time will have passed in the back in the real world when we return here. Although we could be trapped in this room together for another couple of days.
Karagor! His name is Karagor!
We sideways go into like a space cosmic horror, like Ridley Scott film. Wait, hang on. No time would pass, but what happens when we go back and then we do your rejoin time? Then everything you do just happens all at once? If so, Karagor just goes and pokes Beelzeboob, just gently but rapidly a few times. Will he then receive all of those things at once when we rejoin time back on Golarion?
Yes.
Okay. I don't understand space. What is actually? I don't think I've ever heard the name before. What's space?
Yeah.
I am glad you asked. The dark tapestry is the endless void in between all things. It is that which is without what is being. It is beyond the planets, beyond the stars, beyond the light. It is the truest expression of darkness. It is unbelievably far, and yet somehow incredibly close and within every one of us.
Well,
also, it's cold as balls.
You've got an obsession with balls, you know.
Someone's got an obsession with balls. I thought that bit was just the space in between the mighty Armag's headbutts. That's what my mum and dad always used to tell me, was that the bits that Armag chose not to kill were the bits in between all the places.
Yes. In reality, there is only killing and life. There is birth and death. And we all exist within the striking of the headbutt that will bring our own oblivion. Some of us are closer to that than others. He's just kind of gazing off into the middle distance.
Karagor, imagine our people here on in Golarion, that we eventually would go out into the stars, and we would populate these big things, and like you'd use big vehicles or something, like a big thing to get to these places. Imagine
that is such a thing a human would bloody say. That is such a typical human thing to say. You want to go out and then impose yourself on all these other places, as well as imposing yourself on all the places back home. That's bloody typical of you people, that is.
I'm sorry.
Beelzebub's Beelzebub's like the Zephyr Cochrane of Pathfinder. Is it? He's the one who's going to invent the warp drive that will bring about the future.
Yeah.
But if there's anyone... Oh, sorry. I was going to say, if there's anyone that could provide some kind of imbibed fluid to make us survive until that point, Karagor looks at Beelzebub. It would almost definitely be you, Beelzebub.
Oh, thank you, Karagor. Thank you.
And then Karagor untaps his mask and then floats over to give him the kiss that will make him survive until the Reavers turn up. Sorry, no, that's a different bit.
So, meanwhile, the rest of you in the bar, having worked your way significantly through the menu. You've had a round of Holy Starlights. You've had your round of Potato Falls. You've had a round of Lager Joes. This is a good list. I'm liking this. You've made your way through it, but it's beginning to occur to you that actually the one thing you haven't done while you're here in Absalom that you need to do before you leave, you do need to go back to the Soggy Biscuit and settle your tab there. Assuming you intend to. I mean, you haven't paid your bill there.
I mean, do we? I mean, we're about to bamf across the world. We get back.
But are we adventurers of honor, or are we adventurers of I piss on your doorstep? What if we want to come back to these places, huh?
I mean, the thing is, right? If you Shania, think about it. If you run like a bed and breakfast bar thing, right? And people came and stayed there, and then they didn't pay their bill, like, how would you feel about that? That's the thing about it. Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's that's what I mean. I like it there. I may want to come back and sleep there again. You know, I like my biscuits.
It's like one of the best places I've ever stayed. I'm not just saying. It's just one of the best places I've ever stayed.
That is one of the best.
Your pair of you used to insult that place every morning. Should I how the little pastry's gone now? You didn't like your room. You said that the bed was uncomfortable, and now we're sat here, and you think it's the best.
How dare you, Velda?
Yeah, how dare you? Are any wizards listening? Are any other wizards listening?
I like my biscuits soggy.
A sorceress is listening in from other things.
Dude, you're embarrassing me in front of the wizards. Yeah, don't do that.
She is an oracle. So there we go.
You're an oracle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're an oracle.
You're an oracle.
You little oracle. You're an oracle.
You know, I really like these tiny little snacks.
She runs out of the bar.
Oh, no.
Crying.
They're very sensitive.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to upset someone.
I really enjoyed these little tiny snacks. It's like the tiniest, poshest pub salads that I've ever seen. It's really nice and it's a little sticky on my fingers. Excuse me. Wait. Can we get could you put some yak's milk in a container? I would like to take some with me, like in some kind of bottle or something. Bottle it up. Can you bottle some up, please?
Like a takeaway.
We want to take a
round of yak's milks to go, madam. Of course. He turns to the yak is looking thin and exhausted.
Do you know what? Actually seeing a yak being milked has not improved my opinion of yak's milk at all.
It's made me feel a lot better about it. I like to know where my milky drinks that make me drunk come from. Okay.
Well, Velda, you're a smart person. Like, why is it pink?
What?
The yak's milk, why is it pink?
Well, I imagine because the yak is been eating beetroot.
Cool.
Clearly the answer. And if you did drink it, then you discover that it has a slightly rooty taste.
Well, I mean, I heard that it was because when you milk a yak with the alcohol in it, it's not really supposed to happen. It's quite bad for the yak, and it's internal bleeding that seeps into the milk. But I mean, maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's your thing. I don't know.
God, really? I thought at the very least it would be strawberries or something. I mean, good.
Pretty sure it's the blood, and maybe that's what helps to get you pissed, you know. And the
I tell you
yak
what,
usually dies afterwards, so I don't know.
You can
blood
stick
helps
to your
you get
yak's
pissed.
milk. I'll stick to my juice. Thanks very much.
But I think it puts hairs on the chest.
Yeah. Nice one.
They put the alcohol in the yak before milk.
And then they shake it up. Lots, and then
they milk the poor yak. No yaks were harmed during the recording of this episode.
I just want that. When Karagor's into yak's milk, he was always into locally sourced organic stuff. But from in Bensound, right, you don't get this industrial farming of yaks. All right, this doesn't happen. It's a city thing. It's a big city thing. But
this is all in Dan's mind. No, I'm joking.
Also, you isn't that? Well, I know you hit on that about joking, but isn't there legally allowed to be a certain amount of blood in dairy milk?
Yes.
Like before it goes to.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
Apparently, because that's why you get your milk filtered and such.
Pasteurised.
Although I do believe it is possible to milk without that, but it depends on the farmers, I think.
See that? You get everything. You get environmental issues being brought up. Everything, man, across the board. Danger Club.
Yeah.
That's why if there are over 3 murders on site, then a dairy does legally have to close for a little while to clean up. Too much.
Anyway,
that's the facts that you get with the Danger Club. The amount that can come up to your knees but never goes pasteurised.
I was trying to think of a pasteurised pun. I'm glad I didn't.
Is this the rule that was this rule spurned from like Midsummer Murders or something?
Yeah, this is the provincial detective show which is waiting to be made by Granada Television. It's Murder in the Dairy.
Fulton, you're not really saying much. What's going on?
I'm just drinking.
It's almost like
Drinky. Oh, such a good time. Drinky. Drinks all in a line. Drinky.
See, Barbara, this is why you shouldn't encourage speaking to Fulton.
I like him.
You shut up, Velda. Bubba's my favourite, and then Shania is, and you're last.
Oh, thank you for the rankings. That's great.
Yeah, nice one.
You are brought your yak's milks to go.
No, I do not have a yak's milk. Like Velda's, he can't stay. He didn't like it back in episode 1. He doesn't like it now.
Shania's got a bunch of them. She quite a few sort of bottles. She's stashed them away, in sort of bags and things.
She's got
Come on, we might as well go over to the old biscuit and settle up the bill.
Yeah, okay, let's do this now. This is a perfect time.
Come on, you're in.
We just send an urchin with some money, and
No, we do this face to face. Come on, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
All right.
The honour of it, going and speaking to them face to face, and
I want to tell them how much.
Did you have a lord or something? Did you have like a little urchin? The guy that called you Lord Velda?
Yes.
Yeah, you loved it.
Where is he?
Well, I think it's still at the Soggy Biscuit, to be honest.
Just get him to do it for you.
Are you just going to leave him there? Come on, get your urchin.
Oh, it's all right, fine.
Hey.
It was moderately good. Hey. I'll give it, sort of 2 stars.
Oi, should we get a carriage over there?
Oh, you know what? I was just thinking we've probably got enough for a carriage, because...
Oh, should we get one of them big stretch ones that's got like a roof you can put your head out of?
We'll get one of those, and then one of those with the bard.
With the bard,
with requests.
With a really awesome bard.
Whoa. What? I can sit on the back and sing songs.
Hey, but you want to enjoy the ride. Come on. You don't have to perform. Let's get someone else to do it.
All right, okay, yeah. Let's do it.
Besides, it's raining.
Excuse me, barman, could you call a stretch carriage for us?
There's a bard, a really good bard. You need
yes,
a really good excellent bard.
Yes.
At once, he puts his hand to his ear, and after several messages, eventually gets hold of the carriage company that he wants. And a carriage is brought to you to the Arcanarium, which takes you across town. The carriage costs you 3 gold pieces. But it does have its own bar within it, so you are able to continue drinking as you make your way through until you get to the Soggy Biscuit, where there are a number of urchins and poor folk gathered around outside. And as soon as you step out, they all point to Velda and go,
Dan.
My lord!
I want to know about our bard. Who is our bard?
Yeah.
We haven't met our bard.
Oh, you're a bard.
Oh, yes, a bard.
I thought it was a bar.
I mean, also a bar. But
also a bar.
There's a bar around the bard. Yeah,
to play.
You see Dan trying to gloss over this. He's trying to we've spent an hour doing this drink.
So as we're going over, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, Paul.
No, I was just saying, we spent an hour doing this. We need to speed this up. Okay, all right.
Well, we need
skip past the.
We need to get back to the bit that's got Ross in. Oh no, wait, both have.
Hey, I didn't. That's why I was being quiet, because I was like, okay, I won't be in 2 scenes.
There's yes, you have a bard in your carriage.
No, on the carriage.
As you arrive, he is there. He's got a harpsichord set up. I mean, if anything, it's taking up a bit more of the carriage than you're comfortable with. But as you are arriving, he kind of plays you a refrain on the
Can you play the bear and the nutsack? You know the one, the bear and the nutsack?
The bear and the nutsack came to tea. What a funny tea it was for me. The bear, he said, hey, can I have biscuits? The nutsack said, nothing at all.
That's the one!
I think this is
my favourite.
Do the one about the shark jumper. Shark jumper.
Oh, I don't know it. Could you hum it and I'll play along?
No, just make it up now. Just go on, you're a bard, you can do it.
And you make your way across town.
Just while the bard is singing all the way, Bubba would like to sit next to him, going, "Hey mate, I'm a bard. I'm a bard, right? And I don't do it like you do it. I do it a different way. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying you're always bad, but yeah, I would do it completely differently to you. I'm not saying you're always bad though, mate. Like whatever you want to do is fine, but whatever. Yeah, no. I'm not saying anything bad, mate. I'm not saying anything bad.
All this time, Shania's sort of stood up and started wiggling her hips and doing some weird twerky business to the tunes.
Amazing. Is she like out?
Yeah, she's out the window of the carriage. She's like waving at people, going, "Yes, that's right, Vince's carriage. You guys are no fun."
Excuse me, Mr. Bard. Does your taxi service employ any immersive actors at all? It'd be quite good to just set the now with some immersive actors just in this bar.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
What would they do?
I'd just like do a little scene for us, but an immersive thing.
But so it's so that we've got someone to talk to apart from each other, yeah? Because I'm super bored of chatting to you guys. I need more interesting people. Yeah, I said it.
Bard shrugs his. There's never been a market for it. Believe it or not, a group of immersive actors in a carriage is not as entertaining as you might think. The carriage rumbles off. Eventually arrives at the Soggy Biscuit, and you... I can't believe we're nearly at an hour. We're going long on our ridiculous drinking episode. To get this, you arrive at the Soggy Biscuit, and you pay up your bill. Your bill comes to it only comes to a couple of gold pieces. It's not a particularly expensive thing. They got a deal on for the week. But as you're coming down the stairs, having sort of picked up the last few bits of your belongings. And done like your last check in the cupboards and under the bed and everything. Philippe wanted to get like a stash of weapons that he's been keeping under the floorboards. You make your way back downstairs. There is a familiar figure stood in the by the bar, kind of looking around. It is a halfling wearing halfling woman wearing a flowing shirt, and she is holding a bag in her hand. And you recognise Pumpy Scripps. Standing around. She's just kind of looking around nervously as she waits by the bar until she sees you coming down the thing. Goes, Baba!
That's your lady friend.
Who was this?
Bumpy! Oh my God! And he goes and grabs her and gives her a big hug. And he's like, Bumpy, what's going on, mate? Are you alright? Like, it's so good to see you. Like,
it's good to see you, Papa. It's really good to see you. I've said about how, we left things. I wanted to be mates.
Oh, listen, man, that's all in the past. Like, don't even worry about it. Like, I mean, I'm still pissed off about my instrument and that, but like, it doesn't matter. You gotta just like seize the day, innit? And like, yeah.
Oh, well, I'm so glad you're not angry, Bubba. I've got something for you. It's Well, it's not how I wanted it, but she opens the bag, and in the bag is your duke, your instrument. However, the neck is broken, and some of the strings are broken on it.
Oh, mate.
Well, Mackenzie's gone. He left after he couldn't get another gig in Absalom. Said he was going back to the nest, and well, he was awful mad about what happened, and he said if this was going to make him think of you, then he didn't want it anymore. He said it was useless. I was, and he left me with it. I thought it's yours, and I never meant to take it. I'd never want to do that to Gillip. So, she meant the world to me when we used to hang out, and I just, I thought you should have it back.
Oh, yeah, no, you know what? Like, yeah, it's fine. I mean, I've got another instrument now. Look, it's really sick. I've got like an axe blade on it. I haven't even used it yet to smash anyone's heads in, but like I've used it to like play some stuff, which is wicked. And I don't know. It's all in the past. I don't want to hold any grudges anymore. I don't want to do that. So like, yeah, forget it. Oh. Don't worry about it. Yeah, thanks for bringing it back. I'm probably gonna, I don't know, cut out the bit that says Gillip in it, and then I'll leave it with. I'll just get rid of the rest, or I'll see if I can fix it. But I'm not that bothered, to be honest.
Yeah. That's a great idea, Bubba. You've always got the best ideas about stuff to do with that. You staying around in town? Maybe we could get the old band back together. Maybe we could, do it like old times.
Well, I don't know about that. I've moved on, really. I'm doing my own thing. I've got to go, really. Yeah. Listen, thanks for that. Look, where are you staying? I'll come and find you if need be.
Yeah. We can do. Yeah, I've got Well, I'm just, I'm just staying with friends at the moment. I'm just sorting myself out. I'm just, if you were, I don't want to ask, Bubba, because, you've done so much for me, but, if you don't have a few gold, do you? Like, I'm just trying to sort out a new place. And and when I've got that, I've got a few things on the go, and I just want to. I'll pay you back. I do want to. This isn't a gift. This is just a loan, Bubba.
Yeah, of course, mate. Of course, yeah, sure. I mean, listen, you need to sort yourself out. Look, I've had a lot to drink right now, but you need to hear the truth, right? You've been mucking around for a long time. Look, I forgive you and everything. I think you're still out of order. I'm not gonna. I don't want you in my life, unfortunately, and that's just being real. Okay, you are your heart. You're really lovely, but you let people down all the time, and I can't have that. I've found a group of people that would never do the things that you do to me, and I can't. So listen, I'm going to give you some gold. I'm going to give you like 10 gold pieces. But you can have it, right? And you come up here with a broken instrument. I should be fucking mad, to be honest. But you take these 10 gold, and I tell you what, if I never see you again, then I've made my peace with that. I don't want this money back. And I hope you're well. Take care of yourself. And I want you to try and sort yourself out. But don't come chasing me anymore, all right? Hoops and scripts are done, mate. Long time ago. I treasure the memories, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you say that, you'll be, you might change your mind when you come back. It's, do something.
She does take the money from you.
Yeah,
quite
right.
Quick,
yeah.
As soon as you're off it.
Well, thank you, Bubba. You've really helped me out. I promise this is a new start for me. I'm gonna turn it around, and I am gonna. I will pay you back. I'll find out.
No. That's yours. But you just try and get yourself well. All right.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. You know me. I'm always all right, Bubba. I'm always all right.
All right.
I suppose I'll see you. Do you want to stay and have a drink?
Pumpy, I'll see you later, mate. And I just walk off with the gang.
Shania, sort of sees that he's been through a little bit of stuff, and as he comes over, she just gently sort of puts a hand on his shoulder and says, "Are you okay, Bubba?"
Yeah, old friend. Yeah, just she's messed up, mate. There's no help for her, to be honest. I shouldn't really give her money because she's only going to spend it on drink and drugs, but then I'm saying that and I'm levered right now, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, when people let you down one too many times.
Yeah. No, I know the kind of things that you're talking about, but even when you feel like this, it can still be hard to say goodbye to someone like this, so.
But Bubba, what was in the bag?
Yeah. Oh, you remember my old instrument? The one that you grabbed and tried to, get back for me? Yeah, it's that.
Oh. Well, you got it back?
There it is. Yeah, have a look. And it's broken inside the bag there.
Oh. Well, look, I tell you what.
Yeah.
Look, Bubba, I tell you what. I'll fix that for you, mate. Don't you worry. And Velda sort of weaves slightly and sort of gets in the thing. Yeah. Gets in the stretch carriage. Come on. He's fallen asleep.
Let's go.
He needs action.
So instrument seems like a metaphor for your relationship. Oh God. I can. Sorry. And she gets into the carriage.
You get in the carriage and make way. Meanwhile, back at the Arcanarium, there is a flash in the basement, and there is a shudder, and some smoke comes out from under Wormer Brainsprout's door. Wormer opens the door and ushers a purple goat out of the door into the street and says, "Thank you, that was a lovely time," and then closes it and turns back to the other two of you and says, "I'm aware we were away for a long time, but I hope we have all grown as a part of that. The good news is the preparations for the ritual are just about now complete. We should summon your friends and I hope that they have not been doing anything that could give them queasy stomachs, because it is going to be a bumpy ride. And that is where we leave it for tonight.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh dear. Sorry we didn't get quite as much Karagor and Beelzeboob. I forgot how much a drinking section can get.
Yeah, right.
Listening to you three idiots bang on really made me miss going to a pub.
Yeah, oh,
yeah.
Yes, mate.
We'll definitely turn that into like, hang on a second,
Sweet
We're
drunk
living
talk.
vicariously through the podcast, man.
This week's episode was made possible by our amazing patrons, specifically our Dangerling of the Week. It's Candice. Candice murdered one of my characters in a game once, but you know what? I respect that. So Candice, Danger Point. If you would like to get your name on the show, go to patreon.com/dangerclubpodcast. Thank you, Candice. We'll see you all next week.
Hello, Dangerlings. It's Colin Hubbard here. Now, I just thought I'd add a little treat onto the end of this episode, because for those people that are not subscribed to our Patreon, you won't know about this. We have an extra show that we drop once a week, and it's called Danger Recall. What's that show about? I hear you cry. Well, what it is we, as the podcast, the members that make the Danger Club podcast, we go back to the start and we listen to all our episodes. And then we talk about it. And we talk about how we felt when we were recording that episode. We talk about any facts that you might not know, and we deep dive into our characters, and we talk about references that we make on the show, and it's just a general nice hangout of us on the podcast, talking about the podcast that we love and we create. And I thought, why not, at the end of this episode, give you a little taster of one of these little nuggets of joy that we've been putting out on our Patreon. In this particular part, we're talking about episode 10 of the Danger Club podcast. So if you haven't listened to episode 10, there's a few spoilers in this clip. I mean, if you haven't listened to episode 10 and you're listening to this episode, which is 111, then, I mean, you're probably... spoilers are going to be aplenty. Do you know what I mean? So here you go. You got about 10 minutes of a Danger Recall episode for you to listen to. Enjoy. Thank you, Dangerlings.
We also, just before that, we had our first celebrity do our intro as well. David Attenborough.
Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah, right. Yeah.
He was quite good, actually.
Yeah, he came in after filming some Planet Earth. And he did a little voiceover for us.
He was very professional, actually.
Yeah.
He was good, wasn't he? Yeah.
And he always has to say his name as well, which is weird.
So strange.
Yeah.
So strange.
My favourite thing about him was the fact that he said that he watches the podcast, despite it being an audio podcast, and the fact that he does it while filming Planet Earth, which was filmed several years before we ever had the idea to do this.
I mean, he's quite old, isn't he? He's getting he doesn't know what's going on, does he? Yeah. Then we have the chat about the neighbours. Do you remember the neighbours?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we chat about brownies.
Is that
for a
where we
drum.
found out we all had like quite decent neighbours?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Dan said no one knows their neighbours, and then we proceeded to prove him wrong by telling him how much we know about our neighbours.
You got brownies, I got a courgette.
Yeah.
And there's
Scott got really wasted with him.
I got a house
All such
fire.
suggestible things. Brownies, courgettes.
Also, there was a peek behind the curtain. There was something cut from this episode.
What was?
About the neighbours. We each went round and talked about our neighbours.
I was thinking about this.
And and I said a rude word about my neighbour.
Oh, yeah, you did.
And we had to cut it. That's another.
That was really
You really slated your neighbour, didn't you?
Yeah. I said a really bad
incredibly
word.
funny. I think we all wish we could have left it in, really.
Oi, Russ, you've moved now, so you could slag him off if you want.
Oh, this is true. Yeah. No, I won't. She,
patrons.
You're not gonna diss them on the internet.
Nah,
Your mama taught you better than that.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool.
Is this twice in 10 episodes that Ross has had content cut for it being inappropriate for air?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Then we referenced the Right Honourable Jeremy Corbyn. So if you don't know who he is,
Nobody else
neither does anyone
anymore.
else does these days. Yeah, we forgot about him completely. At 12:20, we actually go to see the Sphinx.
Whee!
I like in this, just in the preamble, Drum trying to remember all of our social medias as well.
Oh, that was fantastic. Yeah.
They were Fondlefuck, turnip brain, and docile being.
Docile being! That sounds like a clothing line, like Bathing Ape.
I mean, the thing is, Dan threw that to me.
He threw it at you, didn't he? Yeah.
He knew I was going to mess that up, man. So that was purposeful stuff.
It was great.
Anyway.
So we actually go and see the Sphinx. M takes the lead, but he's kind of nearly dead at this point in time. So, they ask about the enemies. M asks 2 questions, and then the team take over, which I think is great because M was he'd just been stabbed. All of this was going on. The Sphinx kind of steps forward and then steps back again, and that's when we all start kind of questioning whether this Sphinx is real. I did anyway.
The progression of how that interview goes is fantastic. Because we're not getting much, but we get just about enough. And then once we start discussing it, it's like, wait a minute, can Sphinxes do that? We check. No, they can't. And then it's like, so either someone's doing it, or it's someone else, and then Karagor finally hits on maybe what was she ever actually here? And I really enjoyed listening to how we sort of peeled the onion on that one,
And also, you mention a shapeshifter.
Yes, I do.
Like Shania says, maybe it's a shapeshifter or something. And I was listening back, I was like, fucking hell! How did we get there?
We do as well. It is not what we get from the Sphinx. Bunny air quotes. But what we, as you say, piece together towards the end, I can hear when you're when Shania's got that bit of you're just basically begging the Sphinx to say something. I can hear your frustration at the module, just being like, please, anything at this point, literally anything. Can we know anything? And Velda does it a little bit later on as well, being like, just tell us literally anything. We've been 48 hours, we've got nothing. We've beaten up some skulks, we punched a clown yesterday, just something.
Speaking of Velda, I think we have our first Velda leaves in this episode. If only James was here to tell us about Velda Leaves and how he came up with that, because it was brilliant.
It just happened.
Whoa! James!
Sorry, guys. In the room. Sorry, I was just updating my profile on Docile Being. And
so a lot of info. Docile Being.
Team Turnip Brain, like all the cool kids.
Yeah. Team, this is a first. We've got a full house for Danger Equal. So thank you everyone for being here. James, how are you feeling today?
Good. Glad to be here.
Yeah.
And a little ray of sunshine on an otherwise pretty rainy day. But
it is a rainy day in London, yeah.
I think this is the first perhaps action of Velda leaving, but I had talked about leaving quite a few times already. I just want to leave. And then I think this was the first one I actually did.
Yeah, and I think we also said hashtag Velda Leaves, I think, as well.
Yeah, that's our first T-shirt, I think we said, or maybe our second T-shirt, I can't remember exactly. Kara figures out that it might have all been an illusion because the Sphinx goes to teleport, and Velda finds out that Sphinxes can't teleport. So, Kara goes like, this is an illusion.
Shania finds out that they can't teleport.
My mistake, it was Shania.
It was a nature, because I remember, when I was listening to it, I was like, do I roll for nature now in the new... I do. All right, okay, fuck it.
I like the way that Drum still looked at Dan and Dan still nodded. So it was like, it's literally reconstruction.
I love the fact as well that someone says, I think it was me actually, there's no string ball. There's no gazelle. And Dan says, a gazelle with the body of a man or something like that.
It was a real moment that, and it's tempting with sort of mystery things to keep going, it's the whole planets on a cob thing from Rick and Morty where you go, work this out. They apply the academic thing. Someone says, it was Karagor, goes maybe she wasn't even here, and then the temptation is just go is any of this here? Did you all just fall asleep inside of one in Fulton's pocket meat dreams, at the carnival? And we
I love this
everything falls away, disappears, turns into electrons or whatever.
The bit when you grab, it's so funny listening back because both Shania and Karagor just grab Travis.
Yeah.
My God. He just comes into the tent.
Does it quite a bit, but in this episode it's them two.
There's a lot of stuff going on. It's an interesting one because it's the first episode where you guys really all come together. Everyone contributes an idea in that scene that leads to you working out what it is. And you don't turn on each other for trying to come up with an idea like you do during the early investigations when it's just attacking each other for looking at tracks and talking over it. This is the first time everyone kind of works together and accomplishes it. And it's great. It's a great one to GM because I'm just sitting there with this the mystery and I'm just solved that, they've solved that, they've solved that, and it's just really satisfying when it's they're picking up every clue.
I love this bit with Fulton when he goes halfway in and out of the door. That whole like bit where I'm just like, no, don't go out. Stay
go
in.
out, and then maim people.
And then it turns into maiming and killing as well, man. The like sort of misunderstanding.
I love that the list of suspects we've got is 2 humans wearing boots.
Boots and eyes.
Boots and eyes.
That's one of Scott's very early like frustrations at how bad we are at playing the game. Like
we also had the Booty Man mentioned in the last episode, which we didn't get to because I think I skipped over it because of time.
To be fair, we still haven't found Zabuti Man.
We haven't found Zabuti Man. No.
To this day.
Still at large.
Now Shania then speaks to, because we find Ica. She tells us that she's Jerizana, and M does this whole like teacher thing. He's like,
you could tell that Colin's a teacher.
Right, you could tell I've done that before. Like. And then Shania speaks to Ica about the boots and eyes. Ica just screams and casts dancing lights. That's a really good image, isn't it? With her like thrusting dancing lights all over you. Yeah,
I mean, this is like when I was listening back to it, I was like, this is like it really sort of builds to a bit of a peak, like there's something sort of pretty cinematic about it. Now, I mean, I haven't had a chance to listen back to any of the ones before this, but like in my memory, like this is the first time that we sort of hit that, because when we used to play together, like we always sort of made each other laugh and whatnot, you know what I mean? But then there were certain points when, it sort of built, things sort of just came together in a certain way, and, it felt cinematic, and that was the first time it had happened on the podcast, you know what I mean? Which is very, quite exciting, I think.
So Ica goes to run away, and then Karagor tries to grab her and slips and fumbles, and no, Kara does grab her, and no, Shania. Karagor does succeed.
You're getting mixed up because Karagor rolled so badly throughout the first 12 episodes of this campaign that you're rightly justifyingly thinking that I missed that. I think it's later on where Karagor goes to grab Travis, misses epically, and then Shania just knocks him out of the air. That's similar.
That's right.
But then Shania at 36 minutes and 10 seconds gives her real name. We find out who Shania is.
Yeah, a little reveal moment there. I mean, like people who are listening to it pretty much knew that because, but yeah, it's a reveal for the club. So and I really like, because I've been waiting for a moment when that could come out, and I was just like, oh, this is an opportunity.
Dan, as a GM, how did you feel about someone using their real name?
Oh, finally, it was great, because we were like, I think Karagor's real name came out a couple of episodes before in the bar. Is it not come out yet?
Not coming out yet. God. We haven't found out who Karagor is yet, Dan. That's in my notes, mate.
All right, so we're still waiting on that. But yeah, that was one of the things, I think I said on an earlier Danger Recall, that was one of the things I wish I'd put as a rule at the start of it, was the 2 rules I would have put on if I'd thought about it was like, change up your alignments a little bit so you're not all chaotic neutral, and can everyone just start with their real name to make it less confusing? But actually then we wouldn't have had Gary, so it would have been and we wouldn't have had this lovely reveal, which is it's a huge moment. It's a huge moment for the whole story, because everything is hanging on a knife edge at this point. You've got Shania is about to leave, you've just found out that the carnival haven't been straight with you, having just started to trust them a little bit, so everyone's not sure. Is the carnival are ready to kick off, they are and there are enough of them to prove a serious problem. There were a lot of people Dangerlings asking back at the time of like, what would have happened if the Danger Club had fought the town or had fought the carnival, and there were times where that was really close, and that was like,
we would have been dead, wouldn't we?
Yeah,
we would have just been dead.
No, they'd have been dead.
Oh yeah.
I love this. I love this next bit where Fulton just says "fuck you" to Velda for no reason. It's like, fuck you.
I remember that. Yeah.
Fulton was arbitrary, even more so back in these early days. That really
arbitrary.
reminded me.
It's worth noting, because like there's a few shout outs like in early episodes before this one as well.